When you get started in a new sketchbook, how do you get over that threshold? All those pages to be filled by you. It can feel daunting. But instead of fearing the blank page, you can feel excited about it. Welcome to Draw Tip Tuesday. My name is Koosje Koenen and I love drawing. And I am always excited to work in my sketchbook. When I get started in a new sketchbook, I like drawing my hands as they are drawing. It has become a bit of a tradition or ritual. I add my contact details and I don't need to overthink or even think about what to draw. The hands are always there and they are itching to draw, so they are my subjects. Often people ask me how I do that. Where do I start? Do I draw the left hand with my right hand and the right hand with my left hand? Well, sometimes, but usually I draw with my right hand. I am right-handed. Let me show you how. To answer the question, where do you start? Well, usually I start by drawing the tip of my pen and then work from there. Yes, my hand is moving as I draw, and that's part of the challenge. You can watch me do it while I share some thoughts about the inner critic that often works its way in at the beginning of the creative process, right? What I love about drawing is that I can play and enjoy the moment, but that can be hard sometimes. Perhaps this seems familiar. You see mistakes in your drawings. You're sometimes disappointed with the result, thinking it didn't turn out at all the way it was in your head. You might feel frustrated and become a very harsh judge of your skills. Or even worse, you might bring up the word talent. Oh no! We all have an inner critic that has a habit of making a lot of negative comments, usually unsolicited. This critic also brings up all kinds of reasons why you should not be drawing at all, so you end up completely forgetting why you draw in the first place, because it makes you happy. Each drawing you make is one you have never done before. This means it's only logical that you don't know exactly where it's going to go or how it's going to turn out. You discover this gradually by doing. And sometimes you have to be a little courageous to do that. Those little yikes moments are actually the learning moments, the ones where you grow. Every drawing you do teaches you something. The more you draw, the better you become at drawing. Whether you've filled dozens of sketchbooks or just started your first one, the inner critic will always speak up. The first blank page of a new sketchbook might make you nervous. What if I mess up that page with an ugly drawing? Maybe you bought this sketchbook with a particular theme in mind. Well, what if it doesn't work out or I lose interest in a theme? And what if I never manage to fill the whole sketchbook? These kinds of thoughts can stop you before you even get started. After all, your inner critic thinks that not drawing at all is safer than the risk of ruining everything. You can learn to put this into perspective. In the end, it's only paper. If you're unhappy with your drawing, just turn the page. Even a bad drawing is better than no drawing at all. Don't you agree? There is another whispering voice deep within you. Listen to this voice carefully, as it helps to remind you of all the fun you can have, how happy drawing can make you feel. You might recognize that whispered voice. It might also be present in the form of a feeling, a kind of creative spark. After a while, you will start to hear that whisper more and more clearly and dare to trust it. We would all like to hear that voice more often, right? And until you do, it can help to write reminders for yourself to take time to draw. Maybe you use the first page of your sketchbook for it, or write a few reminders on random pages throughout your sketchbook. You could put it as a sticky note on your computer screen or on your mirror so that it's the first creative thing you see in the morning. At one of my workshops, a student realized that her inner critic always wanted her to make pretty pictures, and then she would argue that she had to make bad art in order to learn how to get better. So she wrote in big capital letters in the front of her sketchbook, "If you're not making ugly stuff, you're doing it wrong." I just love that. Written messages are gentle reminders from your inner voice of wisdom that knows how much joy your creativity brings you in life. Once you realize that the voice of your inner critic is simply part of the creative process, you can understand that it will always be present to some extent. Knowing and accepting that helps to lighten things up. If you have a copy of my book, Life is Better When You Draw It, you may recognize the thoughts that I'm sharing here. They are from the chapter Voices in Your Head. There's a lot more to read and to see in my book, so if you haven't already, order a copy of my book. One of many 5-star reviews on Amazon is this one. Koos Koene has written an art book for artists everywhere. It's eye candy for any sketchbook artist or urban sketcher, beginner or intermediate artist. That's without reading her thought-provoking and wise words to make you want to fill your own blank pages. I'm very proud of this review, and I really hope that you will get a copy of my book too. Link is in the description of this video. Well, there's my 2 hands with some inner dialogue added. The wise whispering voice is the confident artist that you can be and that you are. You got this. Now go and try this yourself. That's your assignment for this week. Do it now. Well, after you hit subscribe to my YouTube channel. No excuses. This is a great way to just dive in and let the inner critic panic while you are just figuring out how to draw your moving hands. Yes, it will be wonky, and that is fun. I'll see you next week.